Everything is expensive as fuck, but what's not expensive is an old game console, such as
the PS3, baby.
+1. That's right, folks. The PS4 was released 13 years ago. This is the original PS4. This is my personal PS4. It was my dad's that he binged Gran Turismo on, and now it is mine. Well, it's been mine since like 2015 or something like that. And there's a few reasons I'm making this video today. This has been sitting on my desk for many, many, many years. It's been on my speaker, actually, not even on my desk. Collecting dust. As you can see, it is quite dusty. It is Dusty Sandusky. Yes, thank you, Lupe, yes. And I have never opened this thing up. I've fixed many PS4s. Fun fact, Lupe has never seen a PS4. This is his first time seeing a PS4.
First time ever, baby.
Yeah. He said he stole an Xbox One because somebody owed him money for an engine swap.
Xbox 360, baby.
Yes.
Edgar, you know who you are.
Fuck Edgar. Is
Never
Edgar
go
bigger?
back.
Can he beat me up?
Pretty big. Big guy.
Editor, cut that. Now, obviously, no one can afford shit. These are only about $100 on eBay. I know $100 is still a lot, but for the amount of fun you can get out of one of these, if you don't want to buy a PC, you don't want to build a PC, you can't afford to build a PC, I think this offers some really good value. I think the PS4 is still to this day one of the best values in the gaming world. There are still a ton of games that you can buy used off eBay because it has physical media. That's right, physical media.
Wow.
Now, Lupe hasn't heard this, and I'm about to blow his mind.
It's already been blown.
Everybody knows what I'm about to say in regards to physical media. Sony said they're not making physical copies anymore of games. I believe it's starting in 2028. No more discs, so you can't buy a game anymore. How do you feel about that?
I thought they'd been stopped that. I haven't seen a CD in ages, dude.
CD's nuts, you know what I'm saying? Got him! Lupe's not surprised. Lupe's living in the fucking future, guys. This guy is in 2077. He's living in cyberpunk.
I choose to be Mr. Chill.
Anyways, today what we're doing with this PS4, I'm gonna take it apart because I've never taken this one apart. And when I started it up, it's just reeked of cigarettes. So my dad used to be a heavy smoker. This thing smells. I'm desperate to see how bad this is inside. Because my dad also had, he still has a cat, but he had a cat. Yeah. Rest in peace, Sammy. Oh, I miss Sammy. He was such a good cat. F's in chat for Sammy. He's living up in cat heaven right now.
I didn't see that in the comments. What is that?
F's?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to fill you in. And now you know, Lupe. F's in chat for Lupe. Now, on these PS4s, you can jailbreak them if they're running a firmware that is lower than what I have. So I have 9.0.4, which sucks because if you're on 9.0.0, you can just do a outright jailbreak where you don't need to connect it to like a server every single time you start the machine. Unfortunately, I'm on the firmware where if I did want to jailbreak it, I would have to connect it to my PC or a Raspberry Pi every single time I start the machine. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not going to update the software because I don't know if it's going to be more valuable if it's jailbroken. I'm always sketched out of updating software, but when you do jailbreak a device, you can, install emulators on it. You can download ISOs from games that you already own. Bunch of stuff when you jailbreak a device, a console, PS4 specifically. But we're not gonna do that. We're only gonna clean this thing, and I'm interested in the hardware. So let us get started. I am surprised this thing has actually lasted as long as it has. We booted up here just to make sure it started, and boy, now the entire place smells like cigarettes. So it looks like most of my warranty stickers are gone.
Oh, wow.
That's the only warranty sticker left in this thing. I don't think this has ever been opened by anybody. Oh, you know what? It might have. My dad did buy it used from GameStop. So the problems with these PS4s, if you do buy one used, watch out because the HDMI port's probably gonna be broken or on its last leg. Thankfully, this one is not broken. So I think this comes out like this, right? Yeah, and then it comes up. Wow, that's not bad at all. And that's our mechanical hard drive.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is the original hard drive. I'm curious to see what the date is on this thing. I love the little things that Sony does.
We all do. Look at that.
Right? I think that's cool. Where's the date code, Loopy? February 2014. Wow. What were you doing in February 2014?
Well, probably riding my bike here in Boston. My fixed geared bike, because that's what we did, and not smoke pot.
No, you don't. Who does that? Okay, so this hard drive, it's a Slim. Looks like it's a Toshiba Slim. No, HDST. Slim. Slim hard drive. Still works somehow. My digestive system is also working, so please excuse me. What are you doing here? Being spied on is creepy, but the reality is we're all being spied on by data brokers trying to sell your info to corporations that want to abuse it for profit. Thankfully, companies like Incogni exist to keep your data out of the hands of weirdos like this guy. And those creepy people search sites. Incogni also makes sure it stays safe from malicious actors that try to use it to commit scams and fraud like this guy did on my wife a few years ago. I killed him. We had to freeze her credit, change her cards. It was a nightmare. Now I never want to go through this again, which is why I signed up for Incogni. Incogni scans the entire interwebs for your data and sends takedown requests that take forever if you did it manually. Ain't nobody got time for that. And making sure your data stays off is even more time consuming. Incogni automates this entire process for you and makes sure your data isn't just removed, it stays removed. And if you have Incogni's unlimited plan, you can take advantage of their custom removal feature, which means if there's a website that you found that has your data, you send Incogni the URL and they beat the shit out of them with takedown requests until your data is removed and stays removed. Try it out for yourself. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And if you do end up sticking with them, which you will, you can use my code TEXPERTS at the link below to get 60% off an annual subscription. So you can just sit back and watch them fight sketchballs to take back your privacy. Right, yep, so we have a few more screws. Generally on these PlayStations, what I do is just every single screw I see, I just unscrew. This is the rant I was gonna go on. I love Sony. I know I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for that. I fucking love Sony. Sony is one of the reasons I love video games. PlayStation was one of my first consoles. PlayStation changed my life. So it really hurt me to see that Sony was getting rid of physical media. It really pained me because as you'll see when we do this and we try to play Gran Turismo, there is like 4,000 different errors it gives you because we don't have the internet. I don't want to connect this to the internet yet. And it really sucks that you don't own your media anymore. You don't have that option to own your stuff. You can't collect anything anymore. It's sad, and I really hope they go back on this decision. I hope that they don't stick with this. So yeah, it just really sucks that Sony's doing what they're doing, and I blame capitalism for it 100% because everything is being enshittified. The consumer will own nothing, they will subscribe to everything, and they will be happy, and that stinks. Anyways, this is a great machine to start learning how to do stuff on. Don't watch this video, because I don't remember how to even take this thing apart.
The greatest technician that's ever lived.
Wow.
That came off pretty easy, didn't it?
This is 2014 dust.
2014 dust, you're right, you're right. This is much cleaner than I thought it would be. Look at this, Lupe, look at this.
Wow.
Yeah, this is much, much cleaner than I thought it would be. There's not gonna be much to clean. How?
How you, I'm saying, how, like.
Now the gooch levels are quite low, but they still exist. Now that we are partially naked, we must start disconnecting things. So, time to start pulling things.
That's what he said.
You say that every night. Once that is disconnected, I believe it is time to remove the power supply. I think that's what comes out first. Now you would say, Andy, why don't you just read a tutorial since it's been so long since you've done one of these? Because that's not fun. I like to do things dangerously. But what I don't do is use the wrong size screwdriver tip for a screw. Shout out to lttstore.com/Salem. You can get the screwdriver kit. Listen, listen. Oh, yeah. Now Sony does not deserve respect for using 2 Phillips screws right here, and then the rest are gonna be Torx screws. Or T9 screws, security, whatever the fuck that stupid screw's called. TR9 screw, in case you're actually watching this video to do this, it's a TR9 screw. Now, this is the PSU, I believe it pops right out. Okay, maybe it doesn't, I thought it came up. Am I clipped into something? I just needed a plastic spudger for this side, and it comes right out. Now, this is gonna be your main culprit, right here. So that's your heatsink, that cools the PSU. And inside here is where you'll see gooch if you have gooch. So this is where your overheating problems will come from. If you do have a PS4 that's overheating, it's gonna come from inside here. So I don't know if you can see through the gap right there. But once we do that, now it's time to start disconnecting stuff because we want to remove the motherboard and repaste the thing. I think the drive comes out, 1 screw, 2 screw, the drive comes out, maybe 3 screw right here. So perhaps we should start with that, right? So 1 screw, 2 screw. It looks like they're all the same size. We got that one right there. Little Phillips screw right here. I'm gonna keep this with this. So that means we can start disconnecting this stuff. So you just gotta push that little tab and you pull on this cable very gently. You do not wanna break this drive because these drives are paired with the motherboard. It's a stupid thing. That's why we need right to repair, but I digress. This, I believe, is the fan plug right here. So we're gonna disconnect this and we're gonna try to unwire it. I lied. This is the power for the Blu-ray drive. That's what that is. And now we have the Wi-Fi cable, which seems like the last thing that needs to be unplugged before we can release the Blu-ray drive from its cage.
I feel like the Blu-ray never did as good as the DVD.
I mean, it didn't, but it also was way more expensive, and it came out at the very edge of digital movies taking over. Video enthusiasts, people that enjoy quality, absolutely Blu-ray. You have a 4K TV, right?
You know the answer to that one. I still have my plasma from like 2009.
Yeah, Lupe has a plasma. It's actually his heater for his house as well. Yeah. So, Blu-ray comes out. You can see I have Gran Turismo Sport, right? You can see the logo in there. And now this case has to come out. So, I think, what, do we flip it over now? Make sure I didn't forget a screw, because sometimes I do that. Ah, does it come out like this? It looks like it might slide out, actually. Nope. Where am I going wrong here?
The greatest technician that's ever lived.
Oh wow, that was so easy.
Are you sure about that?
Why are you snitching, Lupe? A few more screws, and now our motherboard comes out. I don't know if you can smell it. I can really smell the cigarettes right now.
One transition, signifying the passage of time, inspired by the iconic interstitial sequence from a popular animated children's television series centered around the adventures of various aquatic animals later.
All right, our 69 screws are removed, and now it is time to remove the little pressure bar thingy for the heatsink. The last time I took one of these apart, I think was 2015. It needed a power supply, so I took it apart and I gave it a new power supply. So it's been quite some time since I've done one of these. Oh, okay, I got it. There we go. There it is, and that's the chip. You know, the thermal paste does look a little bare some places, so this thing probably should have been repasted a few years ago, but the fan really never went too crazy on this PS4. You know, with all things considered, this isn't in bad condition, and it was pretty simple to take apart. So if you do have an original PS4, you find one on the interwebs, maybe try repasting it yourself. You know, what always got my attention, these little silicone pads are so small, they never cover the whole chip. And then when you look at the actual heatsink, there's only a small piece of aluminum that juts out enough to make contact with those. I've always been curious about that, but I'm too stupid to know exactly why it happens like that. But maybe let me know in the comments. What I can tell you is it looks like these pads should have been more on this side. These guys should be adjusted to be more in the middle, because if you look here, the bump, there's a bump right here. We're wasting pad by putting it on the left side instead of the right side, so it should be right here. Okay, time to wipe this. Look at that. That is 13-year-old paste. That paste actually held up pretty well, I dare say, over all those years. And now it is time for the heatsink itself. This held up over the past 13 years. This was good paste. Yeah, dude, wow, this thing doesn't even need to be cleaned. This whole point of this video was to clean this thing because it was gonna be disgusting, and it is not disgusting. Crazy. But what we are gonna do is throw on some PTM 7950 on this bad boy. You can replace the mechanical 2.5-inch HDD with an SSD's nuts, but it's really not gonna be a huge difference. I would do it just for like reliability purposes, but I'm just gonna keep this one as it is because I literally have no need to do that. Okay, well, I definitely did this in one try. Don't worry about that little slice right here, completely planned. There we go. See that little, that's what we call a aerodynamic slice.
Circumcision.
There we go, PTM 7950. Oh yeah. This thing will run much cooler with some good old PTM 7950 than that old Spermal paste. Got it, got it. Ooh, man, peeling, listen dude, peeling PTM 7950 is one of the most stressful friggin' things in the world. That's it. Now we have our PTM 7950 on our PS4 chip. So now we're gonna go back in, we're gonna go port side first, and we're gonna do that time lapse. Now, even though this isn't that dusty,
Sandusky.
we still need to clean it out. Guys, what is going on in here? What are you doing in here when we leave? Gonna spew dust on the neighbors down there. We're clean. And just like that, 2 screws left over, not 3. Lupe owes me money. Listen, I never said how many plastic clips did I break, because the answer is probably 4, I think. But look at this, it's perfect.
Wow.
A little dirty, still a little dusty, but it's perfect, so let's plug it in. Pray to God it still works. Plug it in the HDMI. I cannot stress this enough on, to be serious. Be incredibly gentle when you plug in an HDMI into any of these consoles, dude, because I don't know what they're made of, like fucking fiberglass or something. They break so easy.
Paper mache.
Yes, probably. Oh, my back. All right, what button we pressing?
Yes.
Let's try to eject the disc. How about that? This is it. This is my dad's garage. So let's see. Let's check out all the cars he has. Looks like he has probably every car he can possibly get. So we'll do the EK. Lupe is gonna go down to the EK on this one. Lupe, you'll be on the left. I'll be on the right. Oh damn! You got a 592 horsepower 3000 GT.
Never heard of it.
Everybody put hate comments in the chat for Lupe. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Oh, you did manual?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm doing automatic.
This is, man.
Ain't nobody got time for all that shifting. I shift in real life, not in the game.
How the heck do I even drive?
That understeer, baby. That Honda understeer. How my brakes? Alright, not too bad. Brakes not too bad. Yeah, that's what it'd be nice to have a manual right there. I needed a downshift. Oh, you are eating my dust, bud.
Yes.
Oh, I understeered. Oh god, I'm off. I'm off. How'd you pit?
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I know this track. This is my favorite course. You're getting some fresh softs putting on there, huh? Oh boy. Downshift. I'm not downshifting. I'm going into this baby in 5th gear. Oh god, that's why it wanted me to downshift. Oh no! Oh jeez. Oh, this is where you went off, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, I see why you would go in the pits. Now, how does our PlayStation feel and sound?
Sounded great.
It's yeah, the fan's definitely running a little lower. That's a successful job, Lupe, I dare say.
I won because I was on the left side, baby.
These are fabrications, and that's it. That's how you refurbish your PS4 if you ever want to refurbish your PS4. Again, the whole point of this video, these are great deals, honestly. If you can get one of these used and refurbish them yourself and it doesn't have an HDMI problem already, it makes for a pretty good game console because right now you gotta do what you can with the money that you have, which is probably nothing because nobody has money and everything's too expensive. So do not be priced out of a hobby. You can still play older games that are awesome, you know, just because they don't have the newest graphics or anything like that doesn't mean that they're not fun and you can't get lost and make memories that you remember for the rest of your life. The physical media thing is another one. I'm very curious what you guys think about that, what your opinion is. Obviously I know what your opinion is, that you don't agree with it. I don't agree with it either. I think physical media is something that should be kept around, even if 1% of the population buys it. I think it's super important to have, just from a historical purpose and from a collector standpoint. I like owning something. That's the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I did not enjoy making it. I'm bored out of my fucking tits right now. What I want to do is work on these two guys. But thanks for watching. Bye.